Okay, I'm so happy to be here to share my paper to all of you. So, the first thing I'd like to introduce myself to all of you. I come from Ningbo. I come from Ningbo City College of Vocational Technology. I'm Xucheng. So today I'm gonna share you something about the data security sharing method of opportunistic network routing rules based on knowledge graph and big data. So let's get started. So the first thing I'd like to introduce you is about opportunistic network opportunities for efficient method delivery. So the first thing for opportunistic network are self-organizing, delay tolerant, and interruption tolerant networks. So you have to know these networks use encounter opportunities to achieve efficient method delivery in harsh network environments. And the next one I'd like to introduce you all about is introducing increasing popularity of short-range handheld communication device. These devices have made opportunity networks more popular. And the third one is integrates delay tolerant, self-organizing, and social network apps. People-centered social networks with efficient message sharing. And the next one is the last one. Eliminates the communication barriers caused by node mobility. So, opportunist networks are an effective way to share messages in harsh network environments, and their increasing popularity due to short-range handheld communication device has made them even more useful. And the routing in opportunist networks is a very challenging thing, especially you want to transfer information from point to another point. So let's focus on this page. Routing in opportunist network is still one of the core hardware in opportunist networks, with nodes using local knowledge for routing selection without acquiring network topology informations. You know, the second thing I'd like to share you all is data transmission mechanism. Choosing the most ideal for forwarding target and timing is the key to data transmission mechanism. And the last one I want to address you all is the security of data sharing. Security of data sharing is the main obstacle to the development of application of opportunistic networks. So you have to know opportunist network offer a unique approach to routing and data transmission. But security of the data sharing remains a major challenge of its development and application. And opportunist networks leveraging knowledge graph and big data for improved security of data sharing in routing nodes. So opportunist network is a type of network that use knowledge graph and big data technology to improve the security of data sharing for routing nodes. But a knowledge graph and big data technology provide the foundation for an opportunity network, allowing for improved security of data sharing for routing nodes. Sustainable development. So you have to focus on. Opportunistic networks provide the support of sustainable development, allowing for improved security of data sharing for routing nodes. The application of knowledge graph and big data technology to create an opportunity network provides improved security of data sharing for routing nodes, as well as support of sustainable development. And securing data sharing in routing nodes. So you have to know data security is a major concern for routing nodes, and they are responsible for the transmission of sensitive information. Research has been conducted to develop a secure data sharing method for routing nodes. So opportunistic network routing protocol. So you have to focus security, modes, and types. Scatter-based routing. A routing protocol that uses randomness and send messages between nodes, and scatter utility-based hybrid routing. So you have to know a routing protocol that combines both the scatter-based and the utility-based routing protocol. And the utility-based routing is separate one, a routing protocol that uses utility function to determine the best route for a message. And the last one, active mobility-based routing. A routing protocol that uses active mobility to send messages between nodes. Opportunity network routing is an important tool for data sharing and security of routing nodes. And understanding the different types of opportunistic network routing is essential for successful implementation. Scatter-based, utility-based, and scatter utility hybrid routing. So a detailed overview. So the first thing I want to address here is scatter-based routing. Use a copying and encoding to transmit multiple copies of message in parallel through the multiple paths in the network. And the utility-based routing, they can evaluate the information of nodes in the network or network state or select an appropriate forwarding node. And the last one, scatter utility-based hybrid routing. So it is effectively integrates the characteristic of the two routing to provide better transmission performance. So scatter-based, utility-based, and scatter utility-based hybrid routing are all effective methods for improving message transmission efficiency in the network. And so you just can see, the telegraph here. So that means active mobility-based routing analysis of the opportunistic network protocol. So you can get some information from this graph. So you have to note that the left one, active mobility-based routing, so the performance is almost 10. But the next one, opportunistic network routing protocol, is just about 2 of 10. So you have to know which one have a better performance. And how routing nodes impact propagation model construction. Routing nodes are essential components of a network's propagation model, and they determine the path of the data packets take to reach their destination. Understanding how routing nodes affect the construction of a propagation model is a key to optimizing network performance. And so you just can see this telegraph is about opportunistic network routing protocol analysis. So the left one is traditional wireless mobile network, and the right one is an opportunistic network. So the network, you just can see the routing mode is very different. So the next one, routing node influence the degree of analysis. Degree 1, degree 2, and degree 3. So the degree 1, the betweenness is 2 and the page rank is 3. Okay. But the next page I wanted to tell you the routing node influences propagation model. So you just can get enough information from this graph. And the first one is routing node influence, and the second one is knowledge graph, and the third one is community division. And the last one, macro and micro perspective. And our routing node data sharing opportunistic networks, we have 6 aspects here. So the first one, introduction to opportunistic network routing protocol. I'd like to explain the basics of routing protocols in an opportunistic network. So so many routing protocols here, and second one, the second aspect I wanted to introduce you is about the routing node influence propagation model. Describe the influence propagation model for routing nodes in an opportunistic network. And the third one, mining influential routing nodes, discuss the importance of mining influential routing nodes in the network, and the measurement method for local and global centrality of routing nodes. Unlike the measurement method for local and global centrality of routing nodes, publish and subscribe system based on global entropy, centrality, and social connectivity indexed. And the next one, the routing node data publishing subscribing rules formulation, and exploring local and global centrality measurements. Local centrality measurement, global entropy centrality. And the third one, social connectivity indexed. A network community, dividing network based on the social connection indexed proxy node selection. So you have to know it's a very important factor for our research, based on the global entropy and centrality in each community. So the proxy node selection is a very important factor, just can influence the performance of our algorithm. So that's a very important one. And next slide, I wanted to tell you about the data sharing and publishing rules in routing node network. So you just can get enough information from this telegraph. You just can see, the steps in the process is a step by step reach a higher, almost 10 point. So the process is just have a higher performance. The construction of routing nodes impact the propagation model and the data security sharing architecture for opportunistic network. Proposed routing nodes impact the propagation model, measure entropy, centrality, local centrality, and social connectivity. And the data security sharing architecture, I'm going to tell you utility secure multi-party computing big data and atomized protocols and algorithms, layered structure. So you have to know data provider layer, core computing layer, and application layer. And measuring the impact of routing nodes on opportunistic network with a secure data sharing architecture. Routing node impact propagation model measures entropy and centrality, local centrality, and social connectivity index, and identify influential routing nodes in an opportunistic network. So the third one, data security sharing architecture. You utilize secure multiple party computing, big data, and atomized protocols and algorithms, and provides interfaces for up-layer applications. Layered structure. So you include the data provider layer, a core computing layer, and an application layer. And experimentation verifies the application performance and the proposed method and determines the optimal parameter values. So improving efficiency and enhancing security in opportunistic networks. So the proposed routing node impact the propagation model and the data security sharing architecture can improve the efficiency of message transmission and reduce the communication consumption in opportunistic network. Secure, multi-party computing big data can enhance data privacy and security in the sharing process. So I came to the end. So the future belongs to those who work hard. So I'm very happy to be here. Thank you all. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.